Assalamu alaikum friends, how are you? Governors of KPK and Punjab have written a letter to the Election Commission asking for the delay of the elections, citing different reasons. And as for the KPK governor is concerned, they wrote a letter to the Election Commission that since the law and order situation in the province is very bad, so for that reason it is not wise to hold the election within 90 days. Now, the question is it okay and is it something right? I think, first of all, as for the explosion there and a very tragic incident which took place in the police lines, that was a very, very tragic incident. And the governor was found saying that it is the will of Allah. As a matter of fact, that is not a will of Allah at all. And Allah does not want the innocent people to be killed, but it is the criminal negligence of the administration. And those criminals, why are they allowed to operate freely? Why aren't they taken to task? Why aren't they punished? I think it is the responsibility of the every government, and at the moment it is the responsibility of the PDN government and then the KPK government. And that's thus also, the governor belonged to KPK, governor belonged to the PDM, and the governor is actually the close relative of Maulana Fazlur Rahman of JUI. I think that is absolutely unfair. The delaying of the election, it is not solution to any of the problems. Rather, it will further complicate the situation. I don't know what is the agenda. What is the agenda of the PDM? Apparently, it seems that they are not in a position to win the coming elections at all, and for that reason, they have made it a ploy. They have, they are taking advantage of anything like this one, any incident like this one, to tell the word and to ask the election commission for the delay in the election and the date of the election. I think that will not be fair at all, and the right thing is to hold the elections on time, and maybe all of these elections should be held on time. If at all, the PDM government, the PMLN, the JUI, and the PPP, if at all, they are going to lose and PTI is going to sweep the election, it should be taken as the political will of the people of Pakistan, and there shouldn't be any reason to delay the elections at all. As per the constitutional requirement, as per the constitutional requirement, the provincial assemblies election must be held within the 90 days, but as for the by elections of national assembly is concerned, I think that is another constitutional requirement to hold these elections within the 60 days, and that this must be accepted by all, and this must be accepted by the ruling alliance as well. Why are they shying away from the elections? Why don't they hold the election as soon as possible, or within the 90 days in the provincial assemblies, and within the 60 days in the elections of the vacant seats of the national assembly, and there shouldn't be any delay at all. As for this explosion is concerned, I think the culprits must be taken to the task, and they should not go scot free at all. They shouldn't go scot free at all. That is absolutely wrong. The governors of both of these provinces, though they are representing the federal government, but I think so. It is not something what they have done on their own. As for the writing of the letter is concerned, here in Punjab, Baligur Rahman, the governor of Punjab, has written a letter to the Speaker Provincial Assembly and to the Chief Minister of dissolved National Assembly, Usman Buzdar, and although later on Parvez Elahi became the CM, but the governor didn't write a letter to Parvez Elahi. Rather, he wrote a letter to Usman Buzdar and the speaker who is still holding that slot, and wrote the speaker is still there in the chair. Unless and until a new assembly does take place and the new speaker is sworn in, this speaker will continue to serve as the speaker of the assembly. So, dear friends, I think he wrote a letter, and I think on the behest of the federal government, obviously not on their own, because these governors are not the decision makers at all. Rather, they are obeying whatever they have been told or advised or even dictated by the federal government, a PDM led by the PMLN. So there shouldn't be any reason at all for delaying of the election. Elections must be held on time, and that is the right way. No matter what happens, no matter what happens, the election shouldn't be delayed at all. Although there is a provision in the constitution that the election could be delayed for a certain amount of time in such and such kind of circumstances. The circumstances here in Pakistan at the moment might not be that much desirable at all. But even then, I think so. If at all the public is not being properly represented in the national and the provincial assemblies, I think till then the hard decisions, the solid decisions are not going to be taken place, and the things are not going to improve at all. If at all we do want to make the things better here in our country, I think the biggest single factor is to hold the elections on time. If at all the new assemblies are sworn in at the federal and the provincial level, I think they will be more interested and they will be working more hard to hold to run the business of the state, and that is the only way out. That is the only bailout.